everyone, I'm sitting around from Sparkling Memories, a place where you can develop and build healthy relationship with food, pairs, and yourself. And today what we're actually going to talk about is forgiving yourself. Why? Because a lot of times we have so many burden that's going on that we don't have time to actually think about it. We might ask others to forgive us, but internally we haven't even forgiven ourselves. And that's the scary part, because a lot of people look at it as self-love, self-hate, and if you're not doing it, guess what? You can't expect to actually love yourself when you haven't forgiven yourself. In other words, there's a time where everyone has different things that's going on, right? And it might not be the ideal. It might be kind of like out of your mindset, because it could be whether it be your age playing a factor, your background, where you live at, your crew, all these things come into play. But guess what? There's a time and a place for everything. Sometimes you might be in that particular place and that particular time because that's where you were at that particular moment. In other words, say for instance you're 18, right? And you decide that you're going to go to the strip club, or something even better. You're 18 and you decide that you're going to use your passport or your ID to get into a bar, right? Now, someone who sees you in the bar is going to be like, well, she always here on a Friday night or a Saturday night, and she's always at the bar. Now, let's fast forward to it's been a year and change. The same person sees you working, let's say, in a restaurant. And the restaurant is like an upscale restaurant. So now they're upset because they're seeing you as the restaurant manager, but in the back of their mind, they're thinking about this girl that's always in the bar on Friday and Saturday nights. And when they see you, they can't even digest that you have elevated and you have moved on to bigger and better things. A lot of times people have everyone has a past, right? But a lot of people who are not in the space you are currently is going to sit there and they're going to ponder about your past. Because when you move forward and you get to a point where you advance, and as we like to say now, level up, you have some that are not going to be as happy as you see you develop into something else. If they haven't known you before and then see what you like now, some people do not support you when they see that you're actually moving forward and you do better than you did before. For instance, a young lady has 3 children, right? The first one, her child father didn't work out for whatever particular reason, right? The second one, she started having her on Facebook telling everybody that's her dude and everything. But guess what? Things fall short and then they break up. She meets a third guy. The third guy, she get a third child. Now, people are looking at this young lady because she has 3 children from 3 different guys. But they're not taking in consideration that, okay, something happened within those relationships and it didn't quite work out. So now the third guy, she actually ends up marrying and having a fulfilling life. So now the friends that saw her with the first guy is upset because now she has elevated and she has moved forward in her life. Now she has a college education, she has 3 children, she has a husband, she has a home, she has a nice car, but they still thinking of her as a girl that has 3 kids, used to do all kind of other stuff, and then now they see her in her present state and they're upset. You can't get upset with someone just because they moved on and they move forward. You have to literally forgive and forget, because a lot of people don't even know that even though she's been through some things or he has been through some things, that don't mean they have to stay down. If you fall down, get back up. It doesn't mean if you fall down, you have to stay down. You can actually take your standards that you did not have, or little to no standards you have, and guess what? Make actual progress by having higher standards for yourself and your lifestyle, and have more in terms of what you want out of your life. It's never too late. There's not a point that everyone is looking at you and saying that this person has changed. They're looking at you in the same frame of mind because they don't have access to the new you. And those who hate are going to be upset that you have changed in a miraculous way, and they have seen a light in you and they didn't want others to see the same shine that you know you had in you all this time. It takes a a good bit of understanding that when you're younger, you're not going to know everything. You're not going to be experienced. You're not going to be the kind of person that knows better. There's going to be a time where you're going to do stuff because your mind telling you to do such. And it could be whether you're ignorant or you're naive or you're just young and want to experiment and adventure. Nothing wrong with that. You know what? People might look at you as you are this and you are that because they're seeing what you were and who you are now doesn't match up. So some might not support you as being different. And that's okay. It could be family members, it could be friends, it could be associates. If a girl is in a relationship, let's say for instance a guy is in a relationship and the girl used to treat him terrible. You used to treat him like he's nothing because he doesn't have a job, he doesn't have any kind of ambition. Now the same guy moves forward and what he was planning, he actually come to the point where he started making money and he makes lots of it and he gets himself off the couch and into a new car, into a new place. It's the same thing with that Tyler Perry movie where the lady was supporting him all the time for his late inventions and he wasn't making any money and she still was supporting for a few amount of years. And then one time he had cheated on her and then he had got involved with the same girl he had cheated on her with. But at that time they already had breaking up. So I say this to say, she gave him money because she helped her. She helped him all those years. So he had feel like, okay, let me give her some of this money because she's been there for me all this time. But she felt very upset because she felt that she was supposed to have that yacht and she was supposed to have that lifestyle that this other young lady have with the same guy. When someone isn't ready for you in terms of being the right kind of person you need in your life, and they have advanced and have moved forward, it just means that you and that person wasn't supposed to be together. Okay? When I say forgive yourself, do not sit down and ponder why your relationship did not work. Your relationship did not work because it probably wasn't supposed to. Don't sit back and then be mad at yourself that it didn't work. You have to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for being young, naive, done things that you're probably not proud of, and now that you're older, you're seeing the errors of your ways and you can move forward and do things different. Everyone is not going to accept the fact that you have evolved. And that's fine. Because guess what? Those people are meant to be in your future because they're part of your past that you should let go anyway. Now, remembering the past is very important when it comes to forgiving yourself because your past have things for you to remember. Things you have learned, things that have gotten you to where you're at right now, and you have a better understanding and a whole of how things work. And that's fine. Don't sit here and bash yourself and tell you, oh, because you used to be a certain way, she's going to always be like that, or he always going to be like that. People change when there is time for them to do such and they want to do such. Forgiving yourself is a big step to understanding that it's okay to not be perfect, because you perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. But the person that sees you in a certain type of way wants to keep you in that same negative space, especially if you were doing poorly, are those that don't support you and who hate on you, literally. They're going to always hold on to that part of you that they have seen you down, and they want to keep others feeling the same way they do. Like, oh, she ain't gonna never be nothing. Oh, he ain't gonna never be nothing. They're always gonna be this person. Now, this time might not apply if you're a narcissist, because narcissists have a way of changing victims and doing things according to their own special needs. When I say special needs, they're very selfish people. So when I say special needs, that's what I mean. And the thing is, that's what a narcissist do. So you can't even go around that and say, okay, this is something that I could do differently. You have to give your permission to fail. You have a point where you're going to fall down, and guess what? It's your job to get back up. Everyone is not going to support the new you. They're not going to support that you have advanced and you have changed. And it could be something simple as you went from not knowing what you were or what you were about to knowing what you want for what you do not accept in your life. It had a time you accepted less. And guess what? Those that want to keep you in that same frame of mind is going to keep bringing up your past, because that's all they live off of. They don't have presence to what you have going on. They don't know what you have dealt with, and maybe they do, and they want to keep you in that same frame of mind that you cannot change and you cannot advance. People do according to what they want to do. But at the end of the day, saving yourself and getting to a point where you forgive yourself and move forward is something we all can do. get to a point where you know yourself enough to know that forgiving yourself is moving forward, okay? Doing things in a different way, especially when it's to your best interest. Till next time, this is Miss Sitara from Sparkling Memories. Bye-bye.